crack the nut, or maybe I'm trying to crack the walnut by licking it. So it's just not happening. Thing is that if you look at my background, I worked into diversified domains as well as roles. Okay, I'm not stuck to any one single thing, and that's pretty much by virtue of my likes, because uh, I'm fascinated about certain sectors which I've already pursued it. I don't want to get stuck with only one single role in my life, or trying to be a product guy for the rest of my life till the time I retire from this particular role. Or so you get the crux of it, right? So this is where just to pursue my passion, it's good. But I think for most of the hiring managers, this is something that does not go down well with them. So we can call it stereotyped approach, or whatever may be the right word for it. But usually, though not in the Western part of the world, it does not happen that way. But sadly or unfortunately, in India, it definitely happens that way. No matter how much we try to defend it. So how do I go about it? That's where I was more keen to get your guidance.
Sure. So there are more than couple of things what you have mentioned here, right? So let us tackle it one by one. And Kanchan and Gaurav, please feel free to chime in with your thoughts as well, because you might have seen, your colleagues, some of your colleagues who might be having certain similar challenges in their lives, like Abhishek has, or even in your career journey, you might have faced certain months wherein this kind of scenarios just mirrored there, right? So to answer, I'll answer it randomly. It's not necessary that you should be an industry expert. I have worked from retail to gaming to edtech to fintech to now kind of SaaS, kind of B2B2C products for Office 365 in Microsoft. There is no common pattern in terms of industry other than being user first, be able to drive business, be able to get things done, and think user, right? So this is the common thread. This is what a product manager does. When you say you don't want to be a PM throughout your life, when you become a PM or as you are working as a PM, you have interacted with all domains. You work with accounts in case you are making a software for internal use, or you raise invoices for somebody. You work with marketing because your product needs to be branded and packaged. You work very closely with the engineering team. You work very closely with the UI UX team. There is absolutely nothing what you can do after being a product guy, because you have tasted waters of all seas, if I may use the word. What next can you do? You can become an entrepreneur, because an early stage entrepreneur, co-founder, is exactly doing what a product manager does. The difference is there, the challenges are in a different manner. As a PM of a company, the challenges are different. You need to ask yourself what fascinates you. Once you are clear about what you want, then you can package that in a manner to make the interviewer understand what he or she wants to hear. So is it that I am suggesting you to lie? No. I am suggesting you to be diplomatic in what you are saying. I am suggesting you to weigh your words carefully. If you are a square peg and you want to get into a round hole, you need to mold your edges, make that curvature so that you can temporarily fix. Does that mean that for lifelong you are going to be in that manner? No. Maybe 2 years, 3 years down the line, you realize that this is not your calling, which is absolutely fine. So you don't need to answer this question to myself. You need to answer this question to yourself. You have been in non-product domains. So if product management is what you want to do, if yes, why? Are you fascinated about problem solving? Are you fascinated about building? Are you fascinated about driving business? Once you know that, hey, a core PM does these 10 things, I am fascinated about 4 things, but I don't want to do those 6 things. And that recruiter wants me to do this 4, plus 4 more from the 6 which I don't want to do. Then you have to do that kind of storytelling, that yarn spinning in a manner so that you convince the recruiter your non-product background till now is actually an edge what you have over others. You have understood that product management is something which is the common domain or common thread across everything. You have touched base with all the other aspects. And in this PM role, you understand what exactly a PM needs to do. You can empathize with the stakeholders because you were once upon a time on the other side of the fence. And that is why I am fit for this role. And then you go ahead and extrapolate the requirements in the JD to what you have already done or what you are passionate about. So the TLDR is, you don't need to convince me or anybody else. You need to convince yourself and tell yourself, why do you want to become a PM, or why do you want to continue this journey, or why you don't want to become a product manager, even if you are already one right now, correct? Now, assuming that, yes, you understood that, hey, I have been in product management since some time, I love it, but I'm not able to convince the other person. Then the point comes wherein you see how good is your storytelling, how good you are able to diplomatically make the other person understand, sell your skills, make yourself as valuable for that particular role, that particular hiring manager. And you say that, hey, I may not have 5 years of product experience, I may not be an IIMA guy, but I have these skills which map completely with your requirements. And you have to storytell, you have to use the diplomacy thing to strike home.